the SiGMA official inaugural event taking place in Curacao. This is in collaboration with the World Poker Tour, and tonight I have just met Rejauna Rojer, who is the tax manager at HBN Law Tax. Rajona, welcome to the event.
Thank you, Maria.
So, tell me a little bit more about your role. You've mentioned that you've been with the company for the past 10 years. Obviously, these past years have been of change, especially in Curacao. Tell me more about this, how this has affected your role, and what you've been doing as a part of the current reforms and what's happening here in Curacao.
Thank you, Maria. Yes, so I've been with this team for about 10 years. And the past years have been tumultuous. From a tax perspective, we've seen various reforms. As you know, the e-gaming industry was subject to the e-zone tax regime. This has been abolished in 2018. And we also had the grandfathering rules to the offshore regime. This one has been abolished in the tax year commencing before June 2019. So it's been a lot of changes. We've had one transitional year as well. This was 2019. And then as of 2020, in Curacao we had a regular profit tax rate of 22%. For domestic profits, and for non-domestic profit, this can be excluded from the tax base based on a direct cost ratio. So this has been all happening since 2018 until 2020, and recently this year, with retroactive effect, a reduced profit tax rate has been introduced of 15%. For the first 500,000 guilders. And this is also on the taxable profit. So there's a lot going on. Next to that, there are also substance requirements that e-gaming companies should adhere to in Curacao. But that's another...
Yeah, that's for another time.
Yes.
So you've already mentioned the history and the current background when it comes to taxation in the iGaming industry of Curacao. Is there anything else you want to add? Where did we progress so far, and what have we seen when it comes to the change?
So a little bit of background on the legislation on games of hazard. It's been in place since 1993, so that's a very long time.
Yeah, and it has never been changed?
No.
Wow,
it's
so obviously there needs to be a reform, right?
Yes, correct. So currently we're in a transitional phase, and as of the beginning of this month, the Gaming Control Board launched their license portal. Which
GCB, right?
Yes, GCB, correct. Which we will hear more about, I'm sure, during this week. We're expecting to hear more about the transitional rules, how to apply for these government licenses, how do you maintain your sub-license, how long can you maintain your sub-license. So we're all curious to hear what this is going to look like next year.
Perfect. When it comes to the progression of the legislation, we've talked about the background, we've talked about what's current. I want you to tell me where we've gone so far and how much we have progressed when it comes to the Curaçao legislation reform.
Yeah, so this LOC, the new legislation, is going to be, lifting, like I already said, the industry to a new level. It will also have spin-off effects, not only for taxation, but also in the AML legislation.
Okay, so how will it affect the current tax income then?
Well, with respect to tax, there are not many changes expected, but obviously we will be seeing more reinforcement of substance requirements. We will see more reinforcement of requirements based on the LOC, of which we will get more information about once it's been enacted next year. So this can all provide more spin-off for other types of taxes in Curacao.
Rejauna, thank you so much for this interview. You've provided a brief overview. I think she's given us a lot of information on what's been enacted, what's coming into effect so far, and we couldn't have heard it better than someone who's a tax manager, right? So thank you so much for this. We look forward to welcoming you to our expo and to our event tomorrow, and I hope you're enjoying the event so far.
Thank you so much, Maria. Nice meeting you. Nice having you. Enjoy the show.